Hey mamas, do you struggle with parenting? Same. No one's perfect at it. I'm definitely not. But one thing that I have found over the years that really helps is that my kids have a chore chart. There is science behind this. Kids having a responsibility, contributing to the household, it really does something in their brain that makes them feel important. It builds responsibility. And so often we love our kids so much that we just want to do everything for them, right? And we want them to have like this perfect, easy life, and I did this because I love you. That is out of love, but that's not what's gonna build strong adults in society. That's not building strong future husbands if they don't know how to do housework. You know, you're gonna have your daughter-in-law calling you and being like, did you teach him anything? Same with a daughter being a mom and a wife. Like, life has a lot of responsibilities, and so we have to instill that to them early on. I like to use scripture with it. I made a chore chart. I print it out. Each week it has their morning routine, their afternoon routine, and then a weekly chore that they have to do. You can start chores at any age. Even, I'd say as early as 4. Just putting the silverware in the out of the dishwasher into the drawer at the right places. That's great. Yes, it might take a lot of time. They might not do it perfect, and that's one thing that you have to realize when kids are doing chores. It's not going to be perfect, but the point is not really to have the chore done perfectly. The point of it is to build responsibility in them, and their behavior improves so much. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense logically, but I swear when my kids are on it and doing their chore charts, they are just more respectful. They are, I don't know, their attitude in general is better, and they help out more. They don't complain as much. And if you set the precedence of, you have to do this every single day, you make it a chore chart for them, whatever that looks like, and then when they come to you in the afternoon, hey mom, can I go play? Is your chore chart done? Oh shoot. And it's gonna be a fight at first, it will. You gotta push through it though, because then they'll just start to learn and they'll start automatically doing it. And you progress the chores as they get older. And my chore charts are simple. It's just in the morning, they get up, they need to make their bed-ish, just like in the planner. It doesn't have to be perfect. Get ready, brush your teeth, all that stuff. I like to put those things on there because it's easy checkbox for them. And then they need to make sure that their lunch is ready. I usually pack their lunches, but that assists with that, get their water bottles ready for school. One kid unloads the dishwasher in the morning, and then one kid loads the dishes in the morning. And then after school, they need to come home and they gotta get all their stuff out of my car, because that's a whole nother thing, right? Them leaving everything in the car. Not our responsibility. Your stuff, your responsibility. Put their water bottles, empty them, put them in the dishwasher. Clean out their dishes from their lunch boxes. Put those in the dishwasher. They gotta do their homework. They got to make sure their room's tidied. If they're doing it every single day, it's not going to be a huge task. So you think, oh, my kid's got to clean his room every day. Well, if they're already doing it every day, they're going to keep it more clean. They're going to start putting stuff back without being told, and it's manageable. So it's just one day's work. So maybe to get them started, if that's going to go on your chore chart, then, if it overwhelms you, it's going to overwhelm them. So if your kid's room is like a tornado, help them get it organized. Help them, hey, is this a system is this easy for you to put away? Whatever that is. My daughter has Barbies, and we got a tall, clear drawer system, and we put, the furniture on the bottom, the Barbies in one thing, the little tiny stuff in another drawer. So make the system with your kids. They're gonna stick to it more, and then make sure that everything in their room has a place. And then for my weekly chores for my kids are 9, 13, and 17. They all have a day that they need to do their own laundry from start to finish. And if they're keeping up with it each week, it shouldn't be a ton of work, right? That's the key here, is that when you're doing it consistently, it's not this huge task for them. We don't want to have 4 weeks of laundry to put away, right? Just the one. We'll keep it manageable. And then each of my kids need to go. They rotate. They have 2 days that they need to go and do a quick wipe down of their bathroom. They're not doing a full-on deep clean, but they're wiping the sink. They're tidying it. They're switching the toilet real quick, wiping up. And so your chore chart can look different. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. That's just for an example. But I promise you, if your kid is struggling with behavior issues, respect issues, start implementing chores and start off slow. If they didn't do any chores at all, don't hit them up with like a whole morning routine, afternoon, and a weekly thing. You gotta build. We didn't start there. We started with like a morning routine, then we added in the afternoon, and then we added in the weeklies. But I promise you, it will help them. It will make them feel grown up and like that they are capable. It just does something for them. So that's my challenge for you this week in your parenting, is to add in some chores, make it fun. Do it with them always the first time. Don't just tell them to do it and they've never cleaned a bathroom so they don't know how. I always start, same with laundry. I do it with them while they watch me the first time, and the second time I have them do it and I assist, and then the third time it's just me kind of watching and leaving and then coming back. And you might need to do it a few times, till they catch on, but you're doing it with them and you're making it fun. And in the process, you can also talk about the word of how God calls us to be good stewards, and how we are so blessed that there's so many kids around the world that don't have toys, that don't get food, that don't have clothes, and to be grateful for what they have, because you have nice things and you want to take care of it. And then when you do that, also when it's time to donate stuff, you're already having those conversations, so your kids are going to also be willing to let go of things more. Like, hey, this is a really nice toy, you just don't use it that much. How about we donate it to a kid that doesn't have anything, or a kid in need? Or I have a friend that single mom, and she's got 2 boys. These clothes would fit her boys perfectly. Can we gift those to them? And so it all starts to build and starts to have a mindset of thinking of others in general, thinking of others in the household. They're going to start appreciating you more, because their little bit of work that they do, they don't want to do it, and they start to see, hey, mom does this on a way larger scale. So get some chores in. See you next week.